Yes, we are here. We have been listening and observing, and we have been part of the encouragement to bring you both together for this conversation of sharing hearts and sharing minds with each other. Because there is so many similarities and so many deeper connections between you both. That this is time for you to nestle and nurture into each other and support each other in the most kindest of ways.
Hmm. Lovely. Thank you for coming in um, and guiding us to connect. We are wanting to find out more today about the false light, um, especially as it applies to when a soul leaves their body and um, sees the light and goes to the light, um, thinking they're going back to source or home. Or um, is there such a thing as a false light?
Hmm.
And could you talk to us about that?
Yes, we were hearing your conversation earlier, and we do understand what you have been told by many others about the false light. And we want to reassure you there is nothing false on the other side of the dimension and reality that you're in. We are wanting to say to you that the false information that you are given, and many of humanity has been given false information, this is the false light, shall we say. So many schools of thought have been controlled and manipulated to keep the light bearers, such as yourself, away from truly connecting in. So when you're a little bit nervous about what you've been told about the false light, um, and be cautious of connecting in to whoever and whatever because there's monsters out there. This has made everyone feel a little bit less comfortable with trying to tap in. It is always about disempowering humanity, and so it is not just in certain industries that this has happened. This is all industries, and we want to say very firmly with love to you that many of the schools of thought that you have been trying to learn and grow from have been holding on to bad doctrinations. And we say bad in terms of mistruth, as we were also wanting you to be reminded of the some of the schooling about not looking at the darkness of inner work, and only focusing on the positive of life and never ever ever going into what really is the purpose and the meaning, and have this fake facade of everything is just happy and joyful always, and we will never look at anything else, and we just will be blindly focusing on being happy and positive. And as you know, being forced to be happy and positive is not genuine. It is not your true natural state. If you're experiencing the lower vibrations and frequencies of this planet, and so you are once again being indoctrinated into the wrong direction, just like your religion with your um, if you step out of line with what the Bible says and what your pastor and preacher or minister says, you're going straight to hell. And you understand that there is really no hell apart from the one that you create in your minds. So this false light statement was very scary for many. And also, we want to say that there was manipulation of a few people who have got big followers to hear them experience their scenario of a false life, to experience a near death something where they could see into beyond, and it was so scary they have to tell everyone it's a false light, it's a false light. And this was manipulation for some of these influencers to scare people and to manipulate people and to control people. And so you were questioning, are you really slaves here? Do you have to keep coming here? Can you not escape here? Can you not escape this realm? And we're saying absolutely. You've always been able to go anywhere you want. Many people have found experience just too darn hard to continue on with. So you have, not you personally, but some beings have decided not to return because they remember, they know how challenging it is and it's not for their liking. Others know that there's many still trapped in this very controlled narrative of humanity, and so they keep coming back to hopefully help change and enlighten and awaken others. And then when you get here, you remember all too well the density of it and the challenges and the struggles and the roller coaster of being very convinced and very surrounded with the 3D experiences that they have to offer. This is why you're getting more and more and more people coming onto Earth now with a very, very thin veil and being able to recall much more. And so you have seen on your own journey the growth and the involvement and the evolution of spirituality given to man. And while it was a journey, and there's been so many dead ends, shall we say, you have always been able to navigate and move yourself forward, not getting stuck with one stepping stone. And then you have grown and grown and absorbed as much lessons as you can while still having a profound connection to yourself and your inner knowing and wisdom. And so you never truly got lost. And you got lost feeling alone when other people were playing and buying into some of the nonsense that they were being distracted with. So this is why you struggled a few times to find people that truly resonated with you, because you see the nonsense very clearly beyond others. There was a time of self-doubt where you were wondering what was wrong with you because you were very attuned to the ethics and the agendas that certain people were trying to distort with the information that they were being provided with.
Wow. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Would like to speak with Chiron, if I may, if we can call Chiron in.
Absolutely. Yes, there is, because as you know, it is not just one being. It is a group of beings who are wanting to stand up at this time to say, yes, we are that collective. And we're also wanting to say to you, because you were pondering that there must have been a catch with that fake, false light. And you kept wondering why people keep coming back. Why do people keep coming back? We must be trapped. And the reason why people keep coming back is because of the control here. And so you're trying to untrap yourselves with stop being distracted with the illusion of the 3D and really know the true purpose here, and not get sidetracked from the day jobs, shall we say. So there is that, and that's what you're trying to point your finger on and try and figure out the actual issue here at hand. As Dolores has said, we all have free will to be able to choose what life we want to experience, and no one's forcing us to come here and experience our lives. So we're not trapped when we're on the other side of it. We're currently here now trapped, having this illusion that 3D is the most important thing and focusing on that the most. And as you know, this is merely something that we need to overcome and be aware of and know it's the play.
Okay. Thank you for that further explanation. So, okay, I would not, like to ask the Chiron collective to come forward, and I've been attracted to your energy and have felt a connection with your energy. And my first question is, how accurate is the information that we have received through your channel, Lee Carroll?
Well, we did find him a pure vessel at the beginning. And unfortunately, the fame and attention and the rewards that he got from sharing our messages did go to his ego. So we have backed off for more and more and more, and we have found other means and vessels to be able to share information while appreciating the energy that has been raised from for the collective to be able to directly connect into more people, specifically directly, rather than needing to be broadcasted through that channeler. He knows that he has got away with himself, but he also doesn't seem to bother himself because he's not really focused on honoring us. He's more focused on honoring himself and his fans. And so he has got sidetracked quite a lot. But this was a perfect opportunity for the people listening and following him to be able to use your own intuition and not blindly follow the Pied Piper. And so this is why we are starting to get more fierce with our conversations with him when we do allow him to connect in with us. And he knows he has got lots of inner work to do, which is humble himself and be of service to humanity and not take from humanity.
Okay. Thank you.
We would also like to say, Jane, the reason why you have been attracted to our energy, we want to say you have been magnetized to our energy. We are magnetically attracting each other because we have the same vibrational balance. And so this is part of a wordplay that we have used through Lee, who has not been able to understand it properly himself. And he's tried to use his man mind, his monkey brain, to be able to understand. He's never been able to ask us more in depth. He is very much ego-based, man-driven. And while we were trying to help and explain it to him, he's made it want to be much more complicated and challenging so he can mansplain the information to people. And we really wanted it to be more simpler and more easily digestible to others. And so this is part of the challenge of people trying to understand our information through him when he is not honoring the information and he is wanting to control and narrate and guide people to his own purpose.
Let's see. Could you explain what magnetic service means?
Mm-hmm. We are matching vibrational. We are matching, and you are connecting with us at a vibrational level. And so we are attracting you to us, and you are attracting us to you. When you reach and seek for a certain vibration that is at a higher level, you are magnetized to that information because it resonates with you so deeply and profoundly. Whereas you're starting to learn when you are unmagnetizing and repelling the lower information and the lower density beings and agendas. And so it is a law of attraction. And this was a play on words that Lee wanted to make it more science-based and not metaphysically.
So what does it mean to be a magnetic master?
It is being able to connect and finally give keys to each individual person to be able to bring them drawn to you more. And so everyone's truly seeking for higher dimensional beings. Everyone's wanting more wisdom and acknowledgement and empowerment of themselves, and they are relying on outside external information and sources. And so while we are providing high vibrational information, we are attracting, magnetizing others and their souls to our information and connections. So we are a big magnet collecting all the fragments of other smaller magnets to be able to help uplift them and to be able to give them more beneficial information that will feed their soul rather than keep them in the lower dimensions of fear and worry and doubt.
Wow, that makes so much sense. Thank you. So that is how you are being of service to the earth and to humanity at this time.
Yes, we are attracting like-minded souls who are seeking out bigger information, who are wanting to be lifted out of the lower densities. And so we are the bigger magnet with love and grace sweeping all over you. And we have many ways and methods to be able to connect with you. And we are attracting yourselves to us. And once we have you in our love and care and grip, you are immediately lifted into the higher connections. And when you are connected with us, you are connected to all.
Lovely, lovely. Could you tell us a little bit about who you are and where you come from?
We are a consciousness that has experienced other existences. Of course, we all come from Source, the Creator, who is also a bigger consciousness. And so the Creator separates parts of its self consciousness to experience different experiences. And there is many layers and levels to that. And so we are part of a collective who have observed many, many things, and we have been observing and supporting and loving and nurturing and caring and being of service to many. Earth is a very important experience for us to be of service to, because many of our children, and we say this as a terminology, but many of our family, we have evolved, and even though we are consciousnesses, we have ourselves extended ourselves into experiencing other different extensions of consciousnesses. So it is extensions upon extensions upon extensions upon extensions of different levels of beings having different experiences all simultaneously. And we are our extensions of ourselves, as we call children, are on the planet. And we are saying that you, Jane, are an extension, a direct extension of ourselves. And this is the reason why you could feel our gravitational pull to our information. You did sense that there was some truth there, and you were very curious to scratch out what was the truth for you and what resonated with you. And the other stuff confused you because you were still trying to find your way and your path, and feeling like potentially you were not able to understand some of the things, so therefore it gave you self-doubt. And so you were trying to navigate through. Now you don't bother. Something doesn't resonate with you. Next, you don't hold on to it.
Yes, yes. Do you have many extensions here on the planet at this time?
We have thousands.
Do you have a message for humanity that you would like to share?
We would like to send a direct message to our children who are here on this planet at this time to hold light and space, to be able to support the beings who are still learning their lessons and experiences, and to pay, we want to say pay that karma, but it's beyond even that now. We want to say that our connections with you are stronger and stronger as the vibrations of this planet the frequency is being raised. We are in more direct contact with you. We are always to support you and to always love you. And we want you to keep being reminded that the reason why you do not feel like this is your home planet and you're feeling lost is because you're on a mission and a duty. And while you are on the mission and on the duty, it feels so surreal and so meaningful to be a focused member of society, and that is part of the play and the role you're playing. But we're wanting to remind you politely now of your purpose and mission here on this earth at this time. And so we are supporting you and we're helping you. And you know you've come here for a special event, a special mission. And this is all very purposeful. It's not a mistake that you're here thinking, I need to be more than the accountant that I am, for example. There is much more in those people who have that urge to do something, to be something else, to do something else, where they've got this urgency within them to do something and be something, and really scratch out this itch that they can't find to figure out what it actually is for. Um, that is because you are aware that there is something much bigger than the illusions of your 3D lives right now happening. And so we're wanting to give you encouragement and support and love always. And that has always been our wish for you. And we've always wanted to guide you to be able to keep reminding you to stop focusing on the play so closely as if it matters, because it really doesn't. It really doesn't. What does matter is your own individual growth and support, and keeping yourself on the higher vibration while also disconnecting yourselves from the dramas that you've created and the illusion that it's all purposeful and meaningful. And while there is purpose and while there is meaning to the 3D, that is an experience that that was an extra bonus to why you're here, because your missions are always truly your first priority. And so we're trying to shake people into reassessing what the priorities are. Spirituality, whatever that means to each individual person, spirituality and your spiritual growth is your most important job of all. And it needs to have respect and focus and attention given to it, and not seen as a side project that is you can pick up and play with as you will. This is the most important thing you need to be able to harness and connect with and grow from and grow within from.
Thank you for that. Chiron, I'm just wanting to clear up something in my understanding. You said you were a collective, so that means you are not a creator being as such. Is that accurate?
We have created the other extensions that we want to refer to as the lower beings. So we have created the lower beings, who have then created their lower beings, then who have created their lower beings. So we want to say that while we're a collective conscious mind, we all have parts within ourselves. So if you may, there are peas in a pod. And when you see the long bean, and you open up that one being, that one pea, that one pod, and you find inside all the smaller seeds. They all are individual. They have their own individual consciousnesses. But when you see it at the beginning as the whole, it is all the whole. It's not until you take it open and apart and start picking out who's what and who does what. And so we want to say that there is the word Chiron is the name of one being within the collective that wanted to speak, and his partner of equal quality, the feminine side of him, is the nurturing. The nurturing female role model of the extensions that they have created beyond. And so we're trying to find the right analogy for this. The Chiron collective is the tree trunks, and then all of the other collectives they have created and existences beyond them are the branches, and then beyond them is the twigs, and then beyond them is the leaves, and then beyond them is the insects walking on the leaves. It's an extension upon itself, but it's all within one. And it is, but while it's all encapsulating each other within each itself, there's cellular levels within one leaf. And so it is so vast, but it is all connected. So you could say that the trunk of the tree has created the leaves through extensions of itself. And we do see that we have created, but we were also created. And so we are the middlemen of extensions upon extensions upon extensions. And if you want to say the base is source, and then fast forward many extensions to yourself, you're all connected. We are all connected, moving forwards and backwards. We are all connected.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We would like to say we are your higher selves, higher self.
Perfect. Do you, you no longer are material. I mean, you don't require form as such, but there have been planets that you have resided on.
Yes, we have observed and witnessed, and we have wanted to experience some physicality to it for novelty factor. But we are so observant. We are learning through experiencing other people and other beings experiencing things. So what you are experiencing here on this planet, it is growing our consciousness to that. And so while we don't have to get our boots muddy, shall we say, because we were walking with you today, and we were the air around you, and we were the crispness and the sharpness and the feeling of that breath, to be able to make you feel very grounded and present with your moment. And so while we are the breath within you that you took when you were having your little brisk journey, we could experience that through you. So we do not need to have physical bodies to appreciate all that has been happening around you and to you and for you. And this is why we're wanting to support you in every way that we can, because it supports us in our experiences and growth too.
Lovely. Thank you so very much. Yeah, I need to think about it a little bit more. But no, I feel that energy. Certainly, I think I have felt that today. So again, thank you for coming in and giving me that clarity.
I want to say to you that we are often around you when you think of us and want to have information. It was very frustrating for you to try and work out what was the truth and what was not such our truth, shall we say. And so we were there with you and pressing on your intuition and pressing on your inner knowing to be able to find your path and way. There is some messages still there for us, and you are right. It is the golden nuggets of information that is there that has tweaked your interest. But those golden nuggets have long gone for you, and you are able to connect in with us more than you are aware, because with each breath that you take, you are allowing yourself to connect in with us. And we are more fluid than you know. You are so connected to your higher self, and your higher self is so connected to us. So it is all very connecting, and you just need to allow yourself more trusting and wisdom that you do naturally have. We are not wanting you to worry, and we're not wanting you to focus on anything that is unnecessary. We want you to go with grace and joy each day, and to be able to just enjoy the experience of the physical while you're here.
Thank you. I get that you are behind the sense of weaving light strands. Because sometimes when I encounter a new energy, it becomes very overpowering, where I sense a weaving of, I refer to it as light strands, like when I became involved with this new group. I had the sense of all of our light strands connecting, and that we were weaving it, or something was weaving together, and I felt like we were creating something. Can you speak to that?
Absolutely. We would like to refer to it as a spider's web, but a friendly, beautiful spider who has been so busy weaving in all paths for you to all come together at different points, to be able to merge and to be able to do a graceful dance of communication and sharing and supporting of each other, and be able to weave in that energy, and to be able to take different steps and different strands, to still be able to support each other on a very beautifully balanced, very fine energy strands. So we don't know if the analogy with the spider is the most appropriate, but the grace and gentleness of the cobweb, as a visual we want you to see that it is all connected and strengthened, and as you are all weaving your way through and around all of the layers of the path, it is like when you've all connected with the sacred geometry, and you're all in different shapes and forms all together weaving around. And so it is very purposeful, but the times when you feel like you've walked into an energy line is you're feeling our traces of when we have come and gone, and we're leaving, as if we were the spider, we were leaving our web of energy. And so you are walking into our web of energy. You're not getting stuck there. We do not want anyone to assume that this is a tale of a spider catching its prey, because it's nothing like that at all. This is why we do not now want to use the analogy of the spider, but we're wanting to see a beautiful, graceful pattern that is laid out where you can all be in balance and joy and harmony as you're exploring what needs to be explored and journeyed together with. You're all on the same. You're all on the same beautiful. We want to say that it's glistening in the sun, and there is dew on there, and it is the most delicate, fragile thing. And because everyone is going with grace and ease, there is no tears. It is all balanced, and it is a beautiful cyclic journey, which you're all enjoying as you are a part of it.
I love that. I love that. That feels like oneness to me, or unity, I guess. And well, thank you very much. I feel complete with that questioning. So if we could have Joanne's higher self return. Thank you so much again.
You're welcome. And we say this with much love, because we've always been there to love and support and guide you. And we are so much in joy when you accept our love and guidance, because you're honoring not only us, but yourself.
Yes. Indeed. Indeed.
Joanne's higher self is saying that she is part of the extension of this group as well. So they all play many roles. There's many extensions upon extensions upon extensions of the connection that Joanne is a part to. And it is very similar connection to the Jane, and where Jane has come from on her journeys of all her extensions of herself. So this is not the first time you have worked on the same cobweb together.
I like that analogy, by the way.
Well, we understand that so many people are still waiting for the punchline. So many people are waiting for the trick that we're going to accidentally expose ourselves to. Oops, and by the way, did we forget to tell you we are reptilian?
Uh,
Many people are still curious and untrustworthy of our source of the information, and so they are waiting to find out. Our true agenda. And that's because they can't trust themselves. And that's because they are worried about, they're worried that they can manipulate and misuse their integrity and intentions on others. So it does not surprise them if we are trying to do the same to them. And so it is just a reflection on themselves. It's not a reflection on who we truly are and what we truly do. And so we're calling people now who are waiting for us to take off the mask and be like, surprise.
hmm. Hmm. Um, well, I think that's enough for today.
Fantastic. Well, we say this with much love that we are more than happy to connect with you anytime because we want you to realize how tapped in you truly are. And so, while it is tempting for you to want to have more clarity in your daily life, it is not necessary anymore. And we're wanting you to feel almost in a beautiful balance of retirement, of being proud of all of what you have accomplished, and be able to keep just working and nurturing yourself because you're very deserving to be worshipping of yourself and honoring yourself in the most profoundest ways. Because what you have done for humanity and the duty and the purpose and your mission is so successful and so complete that we want to honor you.
Mm. Thank you. I accept that
We're so
with a
glad.
few tears. With a few tears.